Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! What's going on, everyone? I hope you are all having an incredible Christmas. If you're watching this after Christmas, I hope everybody had a great Christmas, spent incredible time with their family. Hopefully everyone's looking forward to the new year. Hopefully you do something special for that as well. But today I wanted to go ahead and do my 25 Days of Christmas ranking. Remember, this is my ranking of the movies that I watched, the 25 movies I set aside to watch during December. I did watch one each day, and I will be ranking all 25 of them. Remember, if I don't like a movie that you love, that's just my thoughts on it. It doesn't make me a bad person or you right or me wrong or anything like that. What I don't like, you might love. What you might hate, I might love. So just remember, film is subjective as I get into that. So with that being said, let's jump into number 25, which is going to upset some people I already know right off the bat. That's going to be Black Christmas from 1974. This was a second time watch. It's not the 4K. I'll be grabbing that at some point. Probably try and give it a third watch at some point. But I did like it more upon a rewatch. I still don't like it, though. I really don't like this movie. The problem for me with this, and once again, somebody might completely disagree, and that's okay. Let me know why you love Black Christmas. But to me, it's very boring. And there's nothing worse than me sitting through a horror movie that bores me to death. And I really like a lot of the camera work. I like the opening shot and sequence, and then I like the ending and how it ends and kind of pans out at the end. But I really just found myself extremely bored. None of the characters, I didn't care for any of them. The voice on the phone just didn't scare me. Wasn't really. Once again, though, if I had watched this in the 90s when I was younger, maybe I feel differently. I always try to put myself in the shoes of like, hey, this is 1974. I understand that. But I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I don't love this. So, can't really say too much more on that. But yeah, that one doesn't work for me. So there's that. Number 24, we got Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. This movie sucks. Pretty much. I could flip-flop this with Black Christmas. This is a worse movie than Black Christmas for sure, but I guess to me, it's more entertaining. I don't like this movie, though. It's not good. It's not a good movie either. I really don't like Martin Short in it either. Yeah, not a fan of that one. Number 23, let's pull that up right here. We've got Jack Frost 2, Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman. I really love the slipcover on this. I think you're going to get some reversible artwork here as well. Right there. This is the rated R version of it. I enjoy parts of this movie. It's entertaining, which is always a good thing. You never want to be bored during a horror movie, and at least it's entertained. So that's a positive, of course. But it could have been way better. But yeah, that's number 23 for me. Let's get into number 22 here. We got Don't Open Till Christmas. This was okay. It was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I guess there's moments to like about it, but overall, it wasn't great. Yeah. Overall, it wasn't great. That's your reversible artwork from Vinegar Syndrome. Just okay. Just an okay movie. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. I didn't really enjoy it that much. Just not great. But there's moments with it. Yeah. All right, number 20, what is this? Number 21, we've got Love Actually. Upon rewatching this, so some movies get better every time you rewatch it, and some just don't. This one seems to be getting worse every time I rewatch it, and I'm going to take a break next year. It's not going to be on my watch list. The characters are so unlikable in this. Maybe that's the point. But yeah, I don't really enjoy this movie. I do like Keira Knightley. But even her and the other characters, not very likable. But it's got a great cast. Yeah, and this is pretty cool, little collector's edition there. But yeah, it's okay. This is, once again, just an okay movie for me. All right, next up, we have got number 20. We've got the original Jack Frost here with the Killer Snowman one. Yeah, he's chilling and he's killing. It says it right there. Let's go ahead and show that original artwork here. This is the MVD Rewind Collection title. It's fun. Shannon Elizabeth kind of is in it. She's got a infamous shower scene, as most people know, in this one. It's a fun watch. I like it. It's enjoyable. It's not great. Yeah. It's better than the sequel, that's for sure. All right, next up with number 19 is Love the Coopers. All right, this is where I start to get into some movies that kind of like Jack Frost and On that I did enjoy, at least parts of. So I do enjoy this one. I enjoyed Jack Frost as well. I like Love the Coopers. I think it could have been a bit better. But yeah, it's good. I really like the cast in it. It's not great, but it's got moments as well. I like the heart. I like the story. And I love Alan Arkin. He is, to me, one of the funniest actors around. I absolutely adore Alan Arkin. I hope that man lives forever. So that's that one. All right, number 18, I believe we're going to have Santa Claus 2 here. I enjoy this movie. Now, upon rewatching it this year, just a couple days ago or whatever it was, I did not enjoy it as much as I kind of remembered. It's still fun. There's still, parts that I enjoy, but upon being older now, it doesn't hold up the same way it did as a kid. Not the same, but I don't like the plastic Santa Claus in this one. The clone, that kind of ruins the movie for me a bit. It's just not nearly as good to me. You can argue there's a lot of these Disney and even, I'll get into some of them later on in this video here, but some of these movies have adult humor, even Disney movies. This one doesn't. It's very made for kids, you get that. And that's probably why I enjoyed it as a kid and don't quite enjoy it as much, but still like it. I still enjoy it. All right, next up, we've got 17 is going to be Fred Claus. This also didn't quite hold up as much. I still enjoy it. I love Vince Vaughn. I think he's very funny. Elizabeth Banks is in this. It's got a good cast. You got Paul Giamatti, I believe that is. It's not bad. And then Rachel Weisz is also in this. Kathy Bates, Kevin Spacey. It's fun. It's fun and it's funny, and there's moments with it, but I don't love this one either. A lot of these movies, rewatching them now kind of as an adult, don't quite hold up, but it's still funny. I still enjoy Fred Claus. Vince Vaughn usually makes me laugh in a lot of stuff. Number 16 is going to be Fat Man. This was actually recommended to me by Gus. I enjoy it. It's actually pretty good. I like Walton. Is it Walton Goggins? I always thought it was Walter Goggins, but that says Walton. So, anyways, I like Walton Goggins. I like Mel Gibson. I had fun with this one. It kept me intrigued. It's pretty straightforward, so I do enjoy that about it. And this has one of the most unlikable young boys, young characters, along with Better Watch Out, that you will just absolutely want to choke to death. You ever watch those movies? We all have those movies, right, where you just, these little shits, these little kids, they're just the worst. Yeah, that has one of them. Entitled, privileged little piece of crap in that one. All right, number 15, we've got the remake of Silent Night. I did not get around to watching any of the 5 Silent Night, Deadly Night movies. I enjoy Silent Night remake. A good amount, actually, to be honest with you. It's not the most perfect movie in the world. Most people would probably say that the original is better. Jamie King is in this. He actually got Malcolm McDowell as well. I don't want to say I'd necessarily prefer this over the original. I'd have to rewatch the original, but I do like this one. I have fun with it. So that's Silent Night. All right, next up, number 14, I'll Be Home for Christmas. This is the Disney Movie Club exclusive. This movie's a lot of fun. It's not great, but it is good. I enjoy it. I think it still holds up upon a rewatch. I watched it last year for the first time in a while, and then I rewatched it this year, and I had fun with it. It's a good one. Jessica Biel, younger, days. You've also got, let's see here. I can't remember his name. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Yes. So he was kind of a hit, I guess, back in the day, dreamy for the girls, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's a fun one. I enjoy that one. All right. Let's see here. I think this would be number 13, getting down that list a little bit here. This is a Medea Christmas, the movie. After I went on Letterboxd, after I watched this, I went to Letterboxd, okay? I did not have expectations for this movie. I blind bought it at Best Buy for $7, $8, or $10. And I added it to my Christmas list to watch. You got Larry the Cable Guy in it. You got Kathy Najimy. Chad Michael Murray's in this as well. You got a big cast, Alicia Witt. I laughed my ass off during this movie. I have taken a huge break from Tyler Perry movies. I do not watch a lot of Tyler Perry movies. I used to love Tyler Perry when I was younger, probably in high school. And after watching this, which is my most recent one, I obviously watched, I had a blast with this movie. It was funny. It kept me entertained. It slightly gets a little ridiculous towards the end, the last 10-15 minutes. It really feels rushed, the ending, the way it comes together doesn't feel realistic. But it's still a very fun watch. This is a funny movie, and it has a super low score on Letterboxd. I was very surprised by it. I enjoyed it. I don't know if you're a Tyler Perry fan, but Medea had me cracking up in this movie a ton. There's a lot of adult humor in it, so if you're into that stuff, then you might enjoy it. All right, number 12, we got Christmas Vacation. So, obviously, I had pissed a lot of people off after my top 25 Christmas movies on Tim Talks Talkies stream. I did not add Christmas Vacation to it. Now, I had only seen this movie once. Upon rewatching it, I definitely would have this in my top 25 Christmas movies of all time. It would probably be, I don't know, in between 10 and 15. I would assume maybe 10 and 20. I'd have to kind of go over my list again, but I enjoyed it, and it was a lot of fun. I watched it with my buddy Mike. I actually stopped by last night into Christmas, and we watched Mischief, which is a movie from the 80s with Kelly Preston. We both enjoyed it. I had seen it before. It was his first time watching it. And then we watched this. We ordered some pizza. It was a great time. Honestly, I had a blast. Mike, thank you so much. I know he watches all my videos, so that was a fun time. Seriously, it was one of the highlights of my year. It was just such a good time. Incredible time, honestly. So that was a lot of fun. We laughed our asses off. That was a rewatch for me. Next up, we've got number 11, Elf. So with this one and the next couple, I had seen these as kids, okay? Christmas Vacation was the one I didn't watch as a kid. I was introduced to Vegas Vacation as my introduction into the vacation movies. I didn't watch European Vacation, Christmas Vacation, or Vacation until I was older as an adult. So that one I didn't get to see as a kid. This one and all the others I watched as a kid. So I grew up with this movie. So there's a lot of nostalgia in there. But yeah, this is a fun one. I don't want to say it doesn't quite hold up. I took a break from it for a couple of years, I think, and it definitely helped. Sometimes you do need to take a break from, add some different Christmas movies in there. So we got Elf right here. Yeah, I was a fan of it still, though. It's fun. I think it's one of Will Ferrell's better movies. Sometimes he's hit or miss for me, but I enjoy this one. And I like, what is her name? Zooey Deschanel, especially as a blonde. I think she looks gorgeous. And you got Mary Steenburgen, if that's how you pronounce her name. But even in her 60s, I think she still looks very pretty. All right, so that's that one. Number 10, we're into the top 10 now. We've got Home Alone. This is the 4K Steelbook of it. Here's the back of it, what it looks like on the back. I am a fan of Home Alone. I grew up with it. I think Home Alone 2 is just as good probably for me. I know Dell on Movies does not like Home Alone. We always kind of give him crap about that, you know. But yeah, I enjoy Home Alone. After rewatching it, I took a break also from this one. Here's the thing about these movies, these childhood movies I grew up with. They're not really funny to me anymore. I don't quite laugh. The jokes don't land the same. I'm not a kid, you know. There's still funny moments. I still laugh, but just not as hard. But the thing is, I still enjoy them. So even if I'm not laughing out loud at the jokes or things like that, I still really enjoy all these movies. And this is number 10 for me out of the 25 I watched. All right, number 9, we've got the original Santa Claus. This one's called The Santa Claus. I love this movie. Another one that doesn't necessarily hold up the same as when I was a kid, but I still like it. I love Tim Allen as Santa Claus. This one is probably, out of those childhood ones that I remember, probably one of the ones that still holds up the best for me. I remember enjoying the second one more at one point in my life, and now I could not be farther from that. That will never happen. I enjoy this one for sure. I really enjoy it. I really love this movie. So yeah, it's a good one. I enjoy that a lot. Actually, with all these Christmas cookies, I got a joke. Don't actually get upset because my mom got me really good on this one. So she made a joke, as we do. This is kind of how we are. We give each other crap, you know. We have that relationship. And she's like, "You're looking a little bit like Santa Claus lately." And I said to her, "Is that a fat joke?" And she's like, "No, where do you get that impression?" And yeah, she got me good on that one. So I thought it was funny. We kind of have that, you know, just banter. We, you know, as a family, just like to have fun. There's really no harm in it. She's not really calling me fat or anything like that. It's just a fun little joke, and I thought it went well with the Santa Claus there. So next up, we have got number 8, I believe this one is, Jingle All The Way. Out of all of those childhood ones that I was just talking about, this is my favorite one. I love Arnold in this. I know some people actually don't. I've recently, when I was on Letterboxd, I saw one of my friends didn't like this one. Didn't land for him. He thinks that there's like adultery in this and a lot of things like that don't work for him. I enjoy it. One thing I really actually like is the adult humor in this one. I think it's very funny. A lot of dry humor, a lot of inappropriate jokes that go over people's heads. It's fun for adults because when we're kids, we enjoy it for different reasons. As we get older, we enjoy it, and we could actually understand those jokes. So I watched the theatrical cut this time. This is a staple I watch every year, usually with my buddy Chris. This year, I watched it alone. It was the first time in a while. But yeah, theatrical version I checked out. It was different. I kind of enjoyed the theatrical version a little bit more, to be honest with you. There's a few things different about it. So, yeah, that's number 8. All right, number 7, we've got Better Watch Out. I might take a break from watching this next year. I don't know. I usually watch it every year. I enjoy it. It still actually holds up. Obviously, you know what's going to happen upon rewatching it every time. But the first time I watched this, I remember this just being an incredible movie. I didn't see the twists and stuff coming. It has got one of the most unlikable characters. I know a lot of people hate this kid so much, and he is one of the reasons people don't like this movie. But I think, you know, sometimes when you hate like a character so much, that says he's doing a good job playing that character, right? He's an actor. So I really don't like him either, but I just, something about this movie I really do enjoy. Every time I watch it, honestly. I enjoy it more than Home Alone, to be honest with you. But I love Home Alone too, but this is more, you know, it's a horror movie, so I enjoy it. All right. And obviously that wouldn't exist without Home Alone, really, to be honest with you. So number 6, we have got Die Hard. I love this movie. I might take a break from this one as well. I try to mix up the rotation every year. next year. So maybe Die Hard 2, to be honest with you. I haven't watched that one in a while, and I really remember enjoying Die Hard 2. But yeah, you got Die Hard. This is a fun watch. It's really just action-packed. It's probably one of the best action movies out there. We won't argue about the whole Christmas movie or not. But yeah, this is the 4K of it. Looks great. I enjoy Die Hard a lot. Big fan. All right, next up, we're into the top 5 now. So we've got It's a Wonderful Life 4K. Now, I just recently did a stream with Tim and a bunch of other people, Tony, Cody, Lapkey Vision, Fish, the film collector, and Gus as well. And we discussed what this movie meant to us. And I had Sue and a few other people actually message me and say, it's a good idea to do that with streams. So I have decided what I'm going to try to do moving forward in the next year is I'm going to try to pick movies. Everybody else does, like, some people do watch-alongs and different things like that. Fans of something, that's their thing. So, and a lot of people do watch-alongs. I actually like to mix it up and do, like, not a review, but a discussion about the movie sometimes. And that was a lot of fun for us. And we got really personal and discussed some heavy topics. And tried to keep it lighthearted, but also fun and stuff like that and positive. And I really want to do that with a lot of different movies. Talk about what the movie meant to us and find different guests that really loved the movie or have a lot to say on it. So if that's something you'd be interested in seeing on my channel more, let me know. But yeah, this is great. It has a lot of great memorable quotes. And obviously this was a first-time watch for me this year. And it's in my top 5 out of the 25 Christmas movies I watched here. So I was a big fan of It's a Wonderful Life. It kind of had me in tears a little bit towards the end. It's just a very powerful movie, very powerful message. There's your back. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. So obviously you got Clarence, the angel. He's probably one of the best Christmas heroes out there, right? All right, number 4, Office Christmas Party. I love Jason Bateman. He is probably one of my favorite actors, but he is easily, like, to me, the funniest actor. I love this guy. I think his dry sense of humor works for me. I'm not really into the super stupid comedy. I'm more into, like, dry humor and just, like, the inappropriate jokes. Like, so this is right up my alley. I'm really into that stuff. Like, this really stupid, over-the-top stuff, I don't get into that as much. So Jason Bateman works because in most of his movies, he's very dry and just a lot of his jokes just land. His comedic timing is perfect. So, yep, Jason Bateman's one of my favorites. Office Christmas Party is one of my favorite Christmas movies. This movie cracks me up. It's got the perfect amount of inappropriate humor to it, but it's got great comedic timing. It's obviously taking place around Christmas because they're having a Christmas party in their, office Christmas party. You got a great cast: Jennifer Aniston, Olivia Munn, T.J. Miller's in this. It's just a huge Rob Corddry. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but he's the bald guy. No, not all bald guys look alike, but he is really funny. Really funny. He cracks me up in every movie he's in too. So. Yeah, there's that one. What's next here? All right, number 3 and 2. 2 and 3, I could really flip-flop. This movie is like the opposite of what, like, Santa Claus 2 is for me, or like Love Actually, where they're getting kind of worse upon rewatches. This, I watched for the first time like 2 years ago, and then I rewatched it again right away, and I just rewatched it again this year. It is Feast of the Seven Fishes. When I did that top 5 Christmas ranking stream on my channel, nobody knew of this movie. Like, actually, I got another one that nobody really knew of coming up. But I loved Feast of the Seven Fishes. And my buddy Mike actually told me, because I was posting each day, I'd post a new movie on Instagram, and then I obviously posted on December 1st what I was going to be watching, the 25 Christmas movies. I thought it was really cool. He said he's been following along with my posts. So everything I watched, he just kept up and just watched what I watched. So I thought that was really cool. Like I said, last night was a lot of fun hanging out with him. It was one of the funnest times I've had, honestly. So I'm simple, though. Like, we just watched a movie. It was my first time meeting his wife. We watched a couple movies, ordered a pizza, just hung out, talked, showed me his collection. He has a badass collection. He's hoping to start a channel maybe in 2023, but just a great guy, man, great friend. And that like Christmas time, that's what it's about, right? Hanging out with friends and family and stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun. I love this community. I actually met Mike at Best Buy, which is crazy. Sorry, I'm rambling. But he's got a great family too. So Feast of the Seven Fishes, he actually enjoyed this one too. It is kind of a romantic comedy, I'd call it. Romantic movie, maybe a slight drama. There's some dramatic elements to it. I'd say call it more like a comedy than anything. But there is some romance in it. But I love Skylar Gisondo and Madison Iseman. So the other cast members are absolutely great in this. It is funny. It is just heartwarming as well. This is such a good movie. Honestly, I would recommend this to most people. If you enjoy any sort of romance or comedy, this is a good Christmas watch for you to either check out towards the end of this year or next year. All right, number 2. I watch this every year. I'm almost ready to take a break from it. The first time I watched this, it just came at the right time in my life. Anna and the Apocalypse. But yeah, I love the cast in this, and I really didn't know any of them, but I adored her in this movie. Her character development. Like, the thing about what makes this movie great, in my opinion, is to me, it is original. I've had this conversation with a few people recently. I actually think it's original. How often who can say they've ever seen a zombie Christmas musical, right? Like, that to me screams original, an original concept. It's a blast. It's funny. There's great humor. You got great cast. Character development is something some people complain about in movies. This movie has a lot of character development. It is not really that cliche. It's not like a super happy ending necessarily. The music kicks ass in it. I love this movie. It is fun. I really want to watch this with a group of friends. I have actually never watched this with anybody else. I've seen this movie numerous times, probably 5 or 6 or 7 times, and I've watched it alone every time. So most of the movies I watch, though, I do a lot of my movie watching alone. I don't watch a ton of movies with people. All right. You ready for my number 1 here? All right, we're getting into it here. Yep, it's Reindeer Games. What else did you expect? Of course, it's my number 1. I love this movie, and I'm out. They need Miramax or whoever, Paramount, I don't know who it is, had Lionsgate. They need to send me some money, because everybody after the stream I did, that top 5 stream, has been buying this movie. There's like 10 people I know that have bought this movie, tagged me on Instagram, things like that. Shout out to Tony over at Basement Blues. I know he watched it. I know that Sue and her mom watched it. I know Mika was planning on watching this, and so was Huck. So if y'all watched it yet, let me know. I love Reindeer Games, of course. It is definitely a Christmas movie. You got like 5 Santa Claus breaking into a casino. It takes place, there's plenty of snow that takes place around Christmas time. There's so much mention of Christmas. But you got Charlize Theron in this. Gary Sinise. I'm a big Gary Sinise fan. And then I also do like Ben Affleck. He directed my favorite film of all time, which is The Town. So I love this. A lot of people have actually told me that the theatrical cut is the best version to watch. But there is only the director's cut on Blu-ray. And there is another Blu-ray version of this movie, but it's also only the director's cut. So you can only get the director's cut on Blu-ray. The DVD has the theatrical cut. It's very frustrating. Like, The Warriors also on Blu-ray has the director's cut, but the theatrical cut, which is probably the superior version in my opinion of The Warriors, is only on DVD as well. The Town, I bought the 4K, right? Now, the director's cut of The Town is way better in my opinion. It's a half hour longer, but that director's cut is only on Blu-ray. The 4K only has the theatrical version. So here I have the 4K, but I always watch the Blu-ray. So, I always get frustrated about that. The Punisher, That unrated director's cut is only on DVD. Like, we need to get director's cuts on Blu-ray. The Punisher is on 4K, and they don't even have that unrated director's cut on Blu-ray, for crying out loud. That is pathetic. So, sorry for that rant. But, you know, if you're new to my channel, I do a lot of rants. I go off on tangents. It's what I do. So, hopefully, you know, you bear with me. You don't mind it. But, yeah, love Reindeer Games. Honestly, shout out to Cody Lapkia over at, he's a dude who loves movies. He just started up a channel. But he sent me like a screenshot of a one sheet of this. So maybe at some point once I move here, I will be getting a one sheet poster. So that is everything. That is my 25 Christmas movies that I set aside to watch one each day. It was a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie, I'm actually excited for the, Christmas season to be over. Looking forward to the holidays being over. They're not always hunky-dory for everyone. They're very stressful right now. I'm going through this move and then work and everything like that. So it is, very exciting for it to kind of just be over. And I'm just excited to get done with this move. Obviously, my shelves are bare pretty much. I got all these boxes, and I just want to move and put the stuff up and be able to watch movies I want to watch. And, I had my dad over the other night, and it was a lot of fun hanging out with him, but I didn't have a lot of movies to choose from. So we watched a couple that I bought. We watched Benny Loves You. I watched that the other day on my own. That movie is so stupid, but it was fun. But what I watched with my dad was The Majorettes, which was okay. Just okay for me. And then we watched this movie called Random Acts of Violence. And both of those I had just recently gotten. So, I do watch those movies that I get. And I try to watch them as I get them in. And that was good. I did enjoy that one. And then after that, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. But he was basically passed out at that point. But I love that movie. So, but with that being said, that is everything I want to talk about. I should have a Vinegar Syndrome haul coming very soon as well. And then a Kino Lorber sale haul coming. I will not be doing a top 10 ranking from this year because I don't have really any movies. I always like to hold and pull the physical title when I'm discussing rankings or anything like that. So I probably won't be doing anything like that. But a lot of changes coming in 2023. One of the goals is to do monthly haul updates. I was thinking about doing what I watched updates so people actually could see that I'm watching movies, hear my opinions on the movies that I blind buy, things like that. So if those are some things that you'd like to see me do on my channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. I hope you spent some great time and quality time with your family, ate some good food, things like that, got some great Christmas presents, some movies, hopefully, things like that. But thank you so much for watching and continuing to support my channel. If this is your first time watching this video, really appreciate you stopping by and making it to this point. I hope that you would consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification, so you could watch all my future videos. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, and I will catch everyone next time. Have a great one, and Merry Christmas.